Okay, here I am playtesting the roguelite version that I wrote for Paperback Adventures. So let's assume a dude has printed this out, played the training mode, say Lucky 1, and then how to start the campaign. First, there are some rule modifications. So difficulty is not your choice, but is determined by your scoring sheet. For your first run, it's difficulty -7. After a previous win, find the difficulty +2 table. After a lowest unplayed roll. After a loss, set it to 1 lower. Range is between -7 and +10. Let the enemy tables determine your character in Lucky. And then set up the game as normal. We're going not to play the complete game, of course, but the meta game. You start a run with boons, how many tiers you completed, and there is a market phase before the first prep phase, otherwise the boons would make no sense. And in the prep phase you may keep unused letters in hand. This is in contrast to a classical deck builder where you discard your hand entirely. Post run is you do not downgrade normal letter cards. Each library is contained within every character box, so there is no spillover of upgraded cards. It's only all inside Damsel or inside Ex Machina, etc. Now if you won, you also gain the book 3 boss rewards. I made a list of I investigated these rewards, and they are upgrading some cards, gaining a MacGuffin, healing, that kind of stuff. You continue on as you were. You adjust tiers on the scoring sheet. If you completed any enemy tables, you tick off the table entry you played if you won, and if you lost, you tick off what you did win. Okay. Now let's go. Enemy tables. So if the table is ticked complete, it is not. And as long as there are unticked cells, the first unticked cell you find determines both enemy and character. Prioritize as follows. So this would be a tick. Then say I'm just rolling a die, determine if how far the guy got. He got into 2. So after Rats in the Sewer, he would play with Damsel, the yellow highlighted. And here he would lose. Okay, so it's the end of his run. He did not complete any tiers, because that would be a complete column. And so he goes to the scoring sheet, and he writes here Lucky V I won, and the boss I won, and here I lost. Wrote today. And that's it. And next run, so this would be, I don't know, it's the 15th, so next day he wants to play again. He writes the date. Now he lost, so he would play all -8, but there is no -8, so he would play -7 again. To determine the enemies, he would where is it? Oh, and here he also so he played, for example, this Power Fantasy and Limited Resources in the first game. And in the second game, Lucky, same thing. So this would this would not be ticked. Well, yes, this would be ticked. So he would next play the leftmost index highlighting yellow, the leftmost column with a cell highlighted with the top unchecked row. So this is a column where something is highlighted. The top row is this one. So he would play against the Sludge Alien, and in his run he would get as far as 3. So here he would play the Nameless Agent and the Drowsy Giant, and that would be it. So he goes back to the scoring sheet and he writes here that he won 1 and 1 with Damsel, and let's see, in the single plot tiers, here he would have played Power Fantasy and Inside Intel. So this would be, yeah, you officially only write if you defeated the boss. So he defeated the boss here, and he defeated the boss with these 2, and he defeated the boss here as well. So with this combination, he Inside Intel and Power Fantasy. So this would be randomized, I think. That would be better. But all these combinations are unique, so he was actually playing a new game. And that is it for the second run. For the third run, Dude would play again. So he takes the scoring sheets, writes down 17, 12 if he wants to play again. So he did not beat the entire thing yet, so it would still be at -7. Would still be Damsel, and here the Lucky for the third game would be then against the Shark. And if you don't have a certain box, just skip it because it's just marked crosses here, and then it just doesn't. Then you skip it over. But he has all the boxes because he saved up for it. So he's playing against the Shark and and he wins. And he plays against the Buccaneer and he wins. And against the Lucky level 2 he loses. I'm sorry, but I don't roll 6s. So determining every game so far is new enemy and a new combination of plot twists. So the plot twist index. He would play for the third time. He would play Sudden Windfall. because this is not yet used. Okay. Now, so he goes back to the scoring sheet. He writes down for the third time, 1 against this, and 1 against this, and that's the end. But keep note that so far he has bought several. He has upgraded several letters, so this will make the game very gradually, but surely easier. So next day, writes down, still -7. And we go to lackeys, and he decides, okay, let's do the next one, because these two are identical. He rolls a die, that's a 1, so it picks this and not this. For bosses level 1, rolls odd again, so he would play against the mummy, and that's it for him. Let's assume that he's winning, so he would this time play against the Titan, and assuming that he won, he would play against the Giant Spider and then the Bandit King, and say that he finally won, because it's not likely that you lose all the time at such a difficulty level. So in the plot, the single plot, he would have chosen still Power Fantasy and randomized over this to get to -7. So in this set he would have played, this was for the bosses, so he won against the first